In the personal story segment tonight, President Trump versus the House Freedom Caucus. The president is now threatening to fight the group that helped sink the Republican health care bill last week. And he's promising to take on its members in the 2018 midterms. But the Freedom Caucus and its allies are not backing down.
The Freedom Caucus is doing what's best for America. They're very principled and honorable men. And I think that we're trying to also let Republicans know that if we pass something bad, if insurance rates are going up at 20–25% a year from now, after Republicans have taken ownership of health care, that won't be good for the party.
Some conservative political observers don't think the president's battle with the caucus is good for the party either.
I think it is really, really unhelpful to Donald Trump's ultimate agenda to slam the very people who are going to be propping up his border wall, all the things he wants to do on immigration, on trade.
Joining us now to analyze from Washington, to weigh in, Lena Epstein, former co-chair for the Trump campaign in Michigan, along with Republican strategist Rena Shah. So, Rena, conservative principles, I guess, let Obamacare live.
Oh, come on. You guess. Obamacare has to live on right now because there was no thoughtful, nicely well done approach to dismantling it. This was hard and fast. It was going to be rammed down the throats of the representatives. And you know what? Frankly, it was the best thing that Paul Ryan did to cancel that vote. So
you believe that keeping Obamacare in place is a positive thing, even though if it's going to happen, for the next year or possibly two?
For now it is, because there hasn't been a proper approach to really fixing the issues. Middle-class families have suffered under Obamacare. I get it. I know so. They've seen rising premiums. We have so much to tackle, but it can't be done in the middle of the night, and it can't be done so fast with ultimatums issued from the White House.
No, I understand. And Lena, when you talk about blame to go around, it's not just the Freedom Caucus that booted this thing. The White House messed it up. Paul Ryan messed it up. They didn't have a bill that satisfied everybody, and they rushed it through, and they had to pull it because it wasn't ready. Everybody shares the blame, not just the Freedom Caucus here, correct?
I couldn't disagree more. I think that good rhetoric does not always translate into good policy. And a lot of the folks in the Freedom Caucus along the campaign trail made promises to their constituents that didn't have a legislative path when it comes to health care. That's not President Trump's fault. I think he did a very brave and courageous thing by postponing the bill, but I think in the end, we will be judged as a party, as conservatives, on our ability to come together. There is no such thing, Rena, as perfection in this system. It is highly, highly imperfect. We have Americans with very, very differing needs when it comes to health care. It's going to be messy.
Thoughtful and methodical
we are going to have to come together, and I stand behind President Trump and his efforts to do so.
Rena, let me ask you a quick question. So these Freedom Caucus people are in pretty safe conservative districts. If Trump is now going to target them and say, we're going to get behind a primary opponent, if the primary opponent then runs against this Freedom Caucus guy saying, my opponent allowed Obamacare to live, do you think that's going to be effective, yes or no?
Look, I mean, the reality is, how are they going to, first of all, find primary challengers that are more conservative of these people already? I mean, this is about 40 people in the House right now. They range from people like Mark Sanford in South Carolina to Mo Brooks over down south. We see Southern members, right? But there are moderates who hated what was going on with this HCA as well. This is uniformly disliked. 17% of Americans, and we've heard the stat over and over, did not like this American Health Care Act. So thoughtful and methodical is the key here, and I think the American people get that. The president attacking these people does nothing for him. It's unwise.
Well, maybe it was a good thing for this bill to go down because only 70% of the country liked it. I'm not sure if we're ever going to get another shot at it, though. So
and in the end,
hindsight's 2020.
Nobody will get elected. Nobody will get elected in a conservative position without a solid health care reform.
That's true. And the death spiral is now upon us, so we can just watch it go down the toilet. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you.